Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because so much is happening, and you guys asked for this too. You guys asked for the Moss Point during low tide, so we're going to go down here. But there is no more overtime, guys. For those of you out there that think you're going to milk the system, it's done, baby. It is completely over with. So, lot to cover on this video. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold. But once again, this is just beautiful. This is Moss Point. We've been here when the waves have been so high and the tide's been so high that you couldn't walk down the bottom of the stairs. And they get this green moss that grows. It's kind of like a grass, and it's not moss, but they call it Moss Point. And the marine biologists out there always correct me, but it's the name of the street. So, first things first. The city of Los Angeles has just made a major announcement, and that is for the firefighters, in less than 10 days, they can no longer get overtime of any kind. Now, wow, no more fires, I guess? No more calls, no more emergencies? No, make it work, guys. Work your shift and go home. That is unbelievable. Now, first things first, guys, I love firemen. I love the police. I support them. I love all our veterans, and we need to support our military. But it is wild right now, guys, with what's happening in the city of Los Angeles. And this stems from one thing, because I did a bunch of research on this when a close friend told me this. And the city of Los Angeles has a problem where they had a reserve fund. They had $215 million in the reserve fund and spent it, completely spent it 100% by financial payouts. They blame it all on lawsuits. Isn't that wild? So, hello, okay? So they're out of it. They're out of the money, guys. So what do? Cut overtime. That's the first thing they're doing right now. But this problem, I mean, it's huge. Now you can sit there and go, what does that mean? Well, I know 2 firefighters right now that make an additional $6,000 a month in overtime. And you're thinking, wow, $6,000 a month, that's $72,000 a year above their normal pay. Now, these are just the people I know that I got to talk to about this. Hey, if you got rid of that $6,000, would that be an impact on your life? Yes. Now, my friend who has a son who's a firefighter, she says, all my kids, my son and his friends are all wealthy. And I'm like, they're not wealthy. They make a good living, and then they spend it. All the car payments, all the house payments, everything is crazy. They're not wealthy people, but is it going to affect them if they lose the $6,000? Yes, it is. So one of my friends, his son, likes to go on vacations and has been known to spend as much as $3,000 in a weekend on vacation. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I do okay, you know what I mean? But I have never, ever spent $3,000 on a weekend. I can't remember. That's the whole vacation would be $3,000. But anyways, $3,000, just living the life. Well, I said, what happens if the party ends? It's never going to end. The fire department's never going to cut back. Yeah, it did, guys. It did. Now, here is the thing about this that is mind-boggling and will absolutely floor you. Again, I wanted to come out here during low tide because of this green stuff that grows on this. It's called Moss Point, but it's like a grass that grows really big, and every now and then you get a glimpse of it when the tide just goes back and the waves go back. But now when it's this low, it's very cool to see this. And so right now, think about this. That's $6,000 a month. Those are rookie numbers. These are numbers that you don't even rank in the top 1,000 for people that are government workers making this money. Now think about this. The county of Ventura, California, which is the county above Los Angeles, they have 116 county employees that make over $100,000 extra in overtime every year. Wow, okay? Wow. 65% are firefighters, you got 15% are cops, you know, and then again, beat cops, detectives, people that are working cases. You know, you can't sit there and say, hey, you know, I gotta go home, trying to find the guy who hurt somebody, okay? And you can't stop it. So with that being said, it makes a lot of sense, but the city of Ventura, the county of Ventura is saying, wait a second, we can't afford this anymore. And you know, that sounds wild, okay? Now, one time I interviewed somebody for an office manager position, and she was looking great. Everything was looking good until it got down to the salary money. And she said, listen, the salary's great, but I want you to understand, I make an additional 40 to 60% of my overtime. I'm like, how do you do that? Well, what I do is I start here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I work till 7:30. Then I go take my kids to school, come back within the hour, and then I work till 5 o'clock, and then take them home, dinner, homework, and then I'm back here 8 o'clock till 10, 11, midnight, and do it all over again. I'm like, wow, you've done this? Oh, I've done it for the last 4 jobs. I'm like, wow. Okay, well, okay, there's not that much work for you to do, but the problem with this is people rely on the overtime. People sit there and go, oh my gosh, you know, to have firefighters that make $250,000 a year is not an uncommon thing here in California. It's wild to hear that. But the problem is when you have places like the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles says that they are out of money, that is nuts. It's too bad, because the problem with it is my friend's son is a firefighter, and he has basically 2 types of calls: emergencies and nonsense. And the nonsense are the homeless people that are sitting there and go, you know, I just want a hot bed and a hot meal. Take me to the hospital. No, quit calling us, you know? And they get that repeatedly, stuff like that. So they get that, okay? Now, again, I'm not trying to besmirch anybody, but this is the type of thing that people cannot afford this right now. Now the final, okay? The granddaddy of them all is Quatisha Epps out of New York. She works as a detective, but she works in the office. She made $403,000 as a detective for New York, working in the office. Now, the beat cops and the detectives on the street, they're pissed off. They're saying, hey, wait a second. How is it you never are investigating anything? You're working in the office and you're working 21 hours a day? That is insane. So with that, you're seeing these people that are absolutely, you know, bucking the system. Here's the thing. The stories are below about this, but Quatisha, her base pay, 58 grand. She made well over $200,000, 200 grand on an overtime. Isn't that wild to think about? Now, you can't do this. Now, again, she's been there 19 years, and this is what she's planning on, and continuing this over and over and over again. So you're gonna see it stop, guys, because what's happening right now is people cannot afford this. As people cut back, and I've talked about this extensively, you've got all these people cutting back right now, and you know, people are not spending money to get their car repaired. They're not spending money to get their haircuts. They're not spending money to go to the dentist. And with that, you're starting to see huge problems with this. So let me know what you think about this. And are you seeing it? You know, because are you seeing the overtime and base pay and things like that cut back? I had a woman write me last week that says, Dan, everybody over 60 with all these different places, they're cutting the hours in half. And one woman could not afford a car anymore because her hours are now 20 hours a week. So I'll get rid of the car and the expense of an automobile to be able to eat. So that's wild. But what's going to happen, again, through history, just go back to the Reagan era. The economy, the realization of how bad it really was brought to light. Once that was done, then you had to fix it. That's where we're at right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know what you think about this. We just had an email go out also, so if you're on the list, check the email list. Check your spam filter and make sure you got it too, okay? A lot more to cover. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. There are huge changes coming to the economy right now, but you have to look at experts on what they think is going to happen to precious metals. Think about this. Gold has gone up 24% in 2024. Silver has gone up 40%. The number one investment class has been precious metals. The best place to call is Patriot Gold Group. Number one rated with Consumer Affairs for 8 years in a row. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Contact them today. Here's another one for you. Peter Schiff thinks that gold could hit $10,000 an ounce. Isn't that wild to think about? We're not even a third of the way there. We're 25% of the way there. I mean, it's crazy. Contact Patriot Gold today. All different types of precious metals, number one rated, best in class service, IRA, 401k, that's backed by precious metals. Contact them today before it's too late. Again, 888-330-1431. Let them know that Dan from iAllegedly sent you. Now, there's a lot more to cover. Think about this. Where have we heard this before? You know, one thing I like is organic vegetables. I like vegetables that are pre-washed, pre-cleaned. You can steam them in the bag. You can eat them right out of the bag. Well, Grimway Farms is an organic carrot company that has a huge problem, okay? 25 people got sick with E. coli from 18 different states from Grimway Farms. Wow, okay? Unbelievable. 40 people were considered sick. One person died. To where they're recalling the carrots. All these different stores, Wegmans, Trader Joe's, all these places you've heard of, which is very serious, guys. But again, this is what's killing people right now, is that, you know, the cleanliness that they have at the Boar's Head plant, all the things that they could write them up for, it was horrible. And now you find out you've got organic carrots that are getting people sick too. That is wild to think about. So check the story below and make sure that you're not eating this stuff. Takata, where have I heard that name from? Well, Takata's the company that makes the airbags, the auto parts company. They just filed for bankruptcy. About time, you know, when you think about this. So they've had nothing but problems. But again, all the recalls, all the problems, all the problems with the airbags themselves, and now they're finally, you know, filing for bankruptcy. Now, a great story below on what it costs to buy the average house right now. I am telling you guys, you want to do somebody the best favor you can do right now, tell them to learn this word, wait. Wait. Do not buy a house right now. Wait to buy a house. Do not do it right now, because I am telling you, I get real estate agents, I get people that do real estate videos time and again that keep sending me things to say, hey, you know, you've got to go over and over and over again the fact that people bought houses for $800,000. They put 50 grand into it, and now the house is worth 1.7 million, and then can't sell it, can't sell it, can't sell it, and now it's upside down. We're at that point right now that we saw in 2009, where wait a second, things tapped out. People had problems. You could not get rid of these houses, and people are going to get stuck with multiple houses. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Now, again, what does it take to buy a house? The math is below. Where is the number one source from everybody buying a house right now? Where do they get their funds from? Well, their savings account, Dan. They've got the money in the bank. No, mom and dad. Mom and dad are stepping up and lending people more money at a record pace right now to buy a house. I am telling you, I know people that have made this mistake in the last year, and you just need to wait. No, everybody's got to get it done now. They've got to buy the house right now. Wait right now, guys. I'm telling you, you're going to see such a shift in real estate prices. It's only going to go up. Interest rates are going to go down, and prices are going to go up. They're not. It's very beautiful to see the sunset. That is Catalina Island out there. That little strip. It's 26 miles away. It's a beautiful little island. And, you know, anyways, it's a great day, beautiful day. But the economy's got a problem. The best thing that you can do, pay off your debt, have an emergency fund, and don't squander anything. You know, don't just piss money away. Investigate every purchase right now, because things are going on sale right now. I've had so many people write me with Black Friday specials. Oh, I'm going to go buy a computer. Oh, I'm going to go buy the new cell phone. Oh, I'm going to get this plan, family plan. The deals are going to be fast and furious, and they're only going to get better as these companies get more desperate. So prepare yourself, guys. Prepare yourself. Let me know what you think so far. I'm going to finish this video right now with just these last few stories, but I want to remind you that we have a private channel where everything is uncensored, and it is fantastic. It's 50% off right now, and it is iAllegedly live. So many of you are there. It's absolutely amazing, and I love it doing that extra content. Check it out today. It's iAllegedly.tv is where you sign up, or use the link below. Last two stories. William Smith ran the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, a nonprofit, and he has been accused of stealing, are you listening, $44 million. $44 million. Here's what you're going to see happen more and more and more of right now, is that these nonprofits that have, taken your money are going to be accountable. You're going to see it with the homeless. You're going to see it globally, that there's going to be a problem. Now, think about this. Final story. There's been 2 price increases for postage stamps in the last year. Okay? Last year, in the fiscal year that ended for 2023, okay, they lost $6.5 billion. But hello, that's horrible. Until you get to 2024 that just ended at the end of last month, and they lost $9.5 billion after 2 price increases. Who is running that place? Well, it's going to be interesting to see when the efficiency experts come in and start to, work on things like this. And will this make a difference? Okay? We will all find out. Don't forget to check your email if you are on the list, because one just went out. You want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. This is beautiful when it's like this and the sun is setting. So onward and upward, guys. Make good choices. I will see you guys very soon. Be kind to one another no matter what. Remember, be a bigger person, smile, be gracious, and be happy, okay? It's not that bad. It could be a lot worse, okay? I'll see you very soon.